Imagine being a top-notch athlete, leading your team to several playoff runs, only to feel as if the spark driving your game is withering. For Miami Heat star Jimmy Butler, who recently made a brave step by asking for a trade in search of something far more significant than championships, his love of basketball, that is reality. This shocking decision comes after a difficult stretch where Butler admitted to losing his passion on the court. In this video, we'll break down why Butler wants out, what led to this point, and how this decision could shake up the entire NBA landscape. But more importantly, we'll explore how an elite player like Butler defines success beyond the scoreboard. After reportedly seeking a trade 6 times from the Miami Heat, NBA All-Star Jimmy Butler signals a possible team upheaval. League sources who spoke with ESPN said Butler told the organization he wanted to be relocated, but did not offer a list of preferred sites. Clearly, he is ready to play any place outside of Miami and thinks he has the ability and leadership to make any club a title contender wherever he ends up. Butler is promised to be professional throughout the process, notwithstanding his trade request. According to sources, he plans to follow Heat policies and fully engage in team events while his future is being decided upon. When approached on Thursday night, Miami Heat officials refrained from commenting though. Butler only scored 9 points in a 128-115 loss to the Indiana Pacers. Hence, the trade request follows from a dismal performance. Butler complained after the game, disclosing he had lost the fun he used to get from playing basketball in Miami. "I simply want to be happy once more when I play basketball. Wherever it may be, we will shortly find out," Butler said in a post-game interview. "Although I'm content off the court here, I want to be dominant once more on the court. Right now, I am not helping this squad win. I wish to do so." Directly asked whether he could rekindle his enthusiasm while continuing with the Heat, Butler answered bluntly, "Probably not." For some time, tensions between Butler and the Heat organization have been building. Sources claim that Butler's unhappiness stemmed mostly from a subtle charge from team executives implying he hadn't given Miami's victory against the New Orleans Pelicans maximal effort, earlier that week a top priority. Butler scored 9 points on just 5 shot attempts in 25 minutes, having just returned after a 13-day hiatus brought on by sickness. The choice of coach Erik Spoelstra to bench Butler during the fourth quarter of both recent games has just served to fan the flames. Butler, though, defended his effort, saying, "I compete no matter what. Whether I score 9 points or 39, I am giving it my best. Although my usage is down and I'm not shooting much, people could believe I'm not playing hard, but you cannot say I'm not exerting effort." Butler's trade posture might cause a conflict with Heat management, which has been opposed to the idea of trading him. Heat President Pat Riley issued a strong statement proclaiming, "We are not trading Jimmy Butler," following a Christmas Day story from ESPN that Butler expressed interest in a trade, naming the Phoenix Suns, Golden State Warriors, Houston Rockets, and Dallas Mavericks among his top selections. Riley's public posture notwithstanding, sources said the Heat had previously held exploratory trade talks with several teams, albeit none had material traction. Emphasizing their want to retain the seasoned player, Miami has displayed no haste to sell Butler. Attempts at repairing Butler's damaged connection with the company have failed. Insiders claim that although Riley and Heat owner Mickey Arison recently met with Butler's lawyers to discuss a settlement, no progress was made. Butler's conflict with the Heat originated last spring when the organization turned down his offer of a contract extension prior to the 2024-25 season. Butler qualified for a 2-year deal worth perhaps $113 million. Butler missed the Heat's first-round playoff series against the Boston Celtics because of a knee injury sustained in the play-in tournament, which further degraded the situation. Butler went to social media after Miami was eliminated, implying the club would have progressed if he had been healthy. "If you're not on the court playing," Pat Riley said in public during his end-of-season media session, "you should keep your mouth shut." This comment allegedly widened the divide between Butler and the franchise, and their relationship is still not yet healed. One also finds financial elements in action. Currently in his last year of his contract, Butler earned $49 million this season. His player option for next season is worth $52 million. Butler intends to turn down his player option, so he is a free agency in July 2025, according to sources. Trade negotiations have been further convoluted by this pending contract choice, since prospective teams have to consider the possibility of losing him in free agency. Notwithstanding the conflicts, Butler, 35, continues to be among the league's best players. Currently scoring 18 points, 5.7 rebounds, and 4.7 assists per game, he is shooting a career-high 55.3% from the field. Beyond the regular season, he is shown to be among the best playoff performers in the NBA. Leading the Heat to 2 NBA Finals visits and another Eastern Conference Finals run during his 5 years in Miami, his teams have made the playoffs in 12 seasons over his 13-year tenure. It remains to be seen if Miami will stick to maintaining Butler or change trade choices as the matter develops. Butler's stay with the Heat has obviously reached a turning point, since both sides must make tough decisions about their future together. Jimmy Butler had a tremendous athletic career, starting with football before rising to be a basketball sensation. He later went on to rank 6 times among NBA All-Stars. Butler is somewhat well known for his basketball achievements. Butler's path to the professional level of athletics is defined by unshakable faith in his own ability, persistence, and endurance. Early in his athletic career, Butler concentrated mostly on football. Houston, Texas is his birthplace. He played wide receiver football and showed amazing agility while still a child. However, he developed a strong passion for basketball very soon in high school. His change in interest happened really rapidly. Butler faced several major personal challenges over his youth, one of which was being kicked out of his house during his teenage years. These obstacles notwithstanding, he resolved to keep his focus on sports as a positive release. His trip into basketball started when he registered at Tyler Junior College, a fairly small community college in Texas. Butler quickly honed his abilities to the point where Marquette University, a Division I university, noticed him, and therefore he transferred. Butler became a standout player from the defensive tenacity and work ethic he showed during his time at Marquette University. His efforts earned the Chicago Bulls the 31st overall choice in the NBA draft in 2011. Butler developed gradually but steadily over his NBA career. He first only participated in a few Bulls games, but with every season he grew better. During the 2014-2015 season, he had a breakthrough performance, averaging 20 points per game and received the Most Improved Player honor from the National Basketball Association. His developing reputation as a strong and adaptable player helped him to rise among the most famous rivals in the league. Butler came to the Minnesota Timberwolves in 2017 and kept up a remarkably good performance for the club. Conversely, differences among team members on work ethic and leadership resulted in the development of strife. This finally led to his trade to the Philadelphia 76ers in 2018, where he participated actively in the team's playoff campaign but left after just one season. Butler joined the Miami Heat in 2019, and his arrival marked a period of notable team transformation. Butler built his own house alongside the Heat. His leadership and very competitive attitude helped the Heat reach the NBA Finals in 2020 all the way. Butler's reputation as a clutch player was cemented even though his effort against the Los Angeles Lakers fell short. As of late, Butler's career has witnessed some somewhat radical changes. Butler reportedly asked the Miami Heat to trade him, alleging loss of enjoyment in playing for the club as the basis of his demand. According to some accounts, Butler kept his faith in his ability to turn any squad into a contender for the crown instead of turning in a list of intended locations. After Miami's loss against the Indiana Pacers, in which Butler scored just 9 points and expressed his dissatisfaction with his role in the game, the matter grew more grave. Officials from Heat felt that he had not been giving his whole effort, which further taxed the cooperation. Head coach Eric Spoelstra decided in several games to bench Butler during pivotal points, which increased the already existing suspense. Despite ongoing issues his club is facing, Butler remains among the most gifted players in the NBA, with an average of 18 points, 5.7 rebounds, and 4.7 assists per game. Apart from his outstanding defensive abilities and scoring capacity, his ability to guide teams all the way into the playoffs guarantees his enormous demand. Butler's situation lends still another degree of complexity. Currently, in its last year, his deal pays $49 million. He also has a valued $52 million player option for the next season. According to the sources, he seems to want to reject this alternative and enter free agency in July of 2025, thereby generating an unclear trade value for him. Butler has always been motivated in his life by the necessity to refute those who have questioned him. Two instances of his persistent defying of expectations during his life are his challenging upbringing and his overlooked beginning in junior college. He is a leader off the court as well, since he really values responsibility and hard work. Jimmy Butler's situation reminds us that even the greatest athletes face personal struggles behind the scenes. Will this trade reignite his passion for the game, or will it spark even bigger challenges for the Heat? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. If you enjoyed this breakdown, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe for more in-depth sports analysis, and turn on the notification bell so you never miss our next update.